This weekend, I know, I hope for most folks it's more than just grilling out. I hope it's more than being in the pool, and you can remember some of those sacrifices. But you also talk about having a home to do that in.
Yeah.
And it's becoming more and more difficult to own a home in the Valley. And there's a metric I want to give you, okay, to help explain this. So when you take a look at, keep this in mind, the average single-family home, okay, average single-family home in the Valley, $400,000.
Remember when it was so easy to move here? We were telling Californians, everybody, come on over. You could get a mansion, like for what you have for $400,000 in California, you could get like,
Well,
you could
they
have
listened.
60. They did.
Because
a lot.
4 years ago, 2/3 were sold at a price that was considered affordable, meaning the mortgage was less than 30% of the average income, okay? Today, that number is a third can, quote, afford the average home. So we are not nearly as affordable. We were one of the most affordable major cities, and you know what? That's flipped around. We're one of the least affordable major cities now.
And my interest rate for my house that I sold in 12 hours a couple weeks ago was 2.5%.
Yeah.
They said it'll come back, but
No.
not in your lifetime.
It really is interesting.
And it's like, and I was asking myself, are you just holding on to this house because that interest rate? It was like,
That's
well,
probably
when
not a
you
good
use
enough
that,
reason.
It's like that mortgage calculator being in love. That mortgage calculator. I told my guy, you better be worth that much interest rate. And that's what you have to ask yourself. Is this move worth that interest rate?
Think about somebody trying to buy their first home.
Oh,
Like, I don't know how people do it.
they called me when I put my house up. I had the camera on. I saw all these people come on the first day. I was hoping, well, hopefully I'll get one person. I won't feel bad. I had 3 people in there on the first day. I was watching from New York on my camera, people walking into the house. And what was interesting to me is that I had an offer like at midnight New York time.
Oh, sure. You get it
And I
immediately.
was like, I gotta get up at
Houses
4
don't
a.m.
stay on
I
the
was like, I
market.
gotta get up and meet Gail King tomorrow morning. So can we talk tomorrow? And they were like, no. And it's because it was a price point. It was in that area that people are looking for.
Yeah. But how do people buy their first home at $400,000?
Oh, interesting.
Like 20% down.
You don't
I
have
don't
to
understand
have,
how the math works.
You don't have to have 20% down because there are all kinds of plans and all kinds of offers that they give you. But the interesting thing is that they have a mortgage buyback that I had to call somebody that I knew with some money. I'm like, what is this mortgage buyback thing? And is this hocus pocus? And they said, no. It's like, I had an offer. They wanted to give me $4,000 more than that so they could buy down the mortgage a year later.
Buy down the points. Yeah.
And I was like, well.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Well, and I think some of the not being able to find affordable housing kind of around here might be why. I don't know if you saw this. Phoenix population was flat. Phoenix, the city of Phoenix. Mesa and Chandler went down. You know what went up? Maricopa, Casa Grande, Eloy, Coolidge, Queen Creek.
I'm not surprised.
People are going farther and farther out because they can still afford a house out there. You just have a 45-minute or an hour drive.
I was thinking Queen Creek's pretty expensive, though.
It's getting up there.
It's kind of.
Queen Creek saw an 8% population increase last year, the highest of any valley city.
I remember when it only had 2 stoplights.
Yes, but now it's a little shishi out
It's
there.
shishi
I think
foo-foo,
just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
But that's why they call it Queen.
By the way, can I just point out that the folks, the city fathers of Queen Creek are so happy to hear that you guys think they're a little shishi and bougie. They're so, after taking all the jokes and getting beat up over all the stuff over the years that Queen Creek, they're like, we're happy. But if Becky Lynn puts us in the same category as Paradise Valley, we're just going to be overjoyed.
Let me tell you, don't you remember when you would drive when they moved Country Thunder to Queen Creek at the very beginning? You had to be careful not to step in manure.
Yeah.
And now it's shishi.
Yeah.
Well, they have a freeway that goes out there.
Yes.
It's amazing.
That was like, when did that? Because I went to visit a friend who was ailing, and he's like, "Well, take this 2-something-something." I think it was a 2-something-something, and
Yeah.
I was like, "When did they build
Yeah,
this?"
there's a whole nother freeway out there.
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, "How did they get this freeway before the 202 went into where I was in Levine?"
But I wonder if you've seen it now that it is, quote unquote, too expensive to live in Phoenix, but people who still want to live in the Valley are going to be, Buckeye. You know what I'm saying? Way outside. What I think is way outside of town.
Well, think about this. Well, like there was an article in the paper, and something told me you need to buy some property. It said that we're going to be a megalopolis where there's not going to be a break between us and Tucson.
I've heard that for years.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's
Decades.
happening. Guess
I think
what?
it is
Well,
happening.
the problem is there's a Indian reservation between the two you can't build on.
Well, that's true.
So there's always going to be a buffer.
Like Scottsdale, you go like when you go to Scottsdale, you're like,
No, it's
look at
why
all
Phoenix
those fields.
doesn't go any farther than Chandler Road.
No, but
that's
when
as
you
far south as it
when
goes.
you're on the 101, there's a field next to the freeway, and
that's
on the
true.
left side, if you're going
Yeah.
north, there's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Salt
Yeah.
River
Or
Fields.
Pecos Road, I should
Yeah.
say. Everything south of Pecos Road is
Indian
Gila River
reservation, yeah.
Indians.
And,
Yeah.
and you know what?
You ain't going to building houses out there.
As a Berkeley grad, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I like keep it the way it is.
Leave it the way it is.
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gaydos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.